Tonight, new maps released for Iowa's congressional and legislative districts. The new drawings will impact who you vote for in the next election. The changes are based on 2020 census data. Local 5's Carson J.S. Reichart shares how you could be impacted tonight.
So obviously, there's a lot to talk about with redistricting. So let's focus it down to 3 things that might be changing for you and who you're casting your ballot for come election season. And that might be more Iowans than you might expect. If you look here, 49 out of Iowa's 99 counties under the new proposal would be swapping their congressional voting district. That means you'd be voting for an entirely new candidate in these congressional elections. So what do these new districts look like? Well, as you'll see, they're quite a bit different. The first district, which is currently represented by Ashley Hinson, is in northeast Iowa. Under the new proposal, it'd be going all the way down to the southeastern corner of the state. On the other hand, the second district, represented by Marionette Miller-Meeks, is going from that southeast corner to most of eastern Iowa. So where do these new shapes for the districts come from? And the answer to that is that it's all based on population. Each one of these 4 new voting districts is meant to have a little over 797,000 people in it, and they're all very close to that. The biggest district by population, the first district, is only over that average by 63 people. So what does all this mean and where does it go next? And the answer is that none of this is set in stone yet, but there will be a special session of the Iowa legislature coming together on October 5th. The Iowa House and Senate will debate and vote on the new map proposal as currently received. I spoke with legislators today about their current thoughts on the map and what they see happening with that special session. At a press conference earlier today, Iowa House Minority Leader Jennifer Glover Confirst said she intends to support the proposed maps.
These maps were drawn fairly in connection with the Iowa Code, and that should be the standard we're considering when deciding whether or not to support a map.
Iowa's election maps go through the redistricting process after every census. Usually the process would already be finished, but it's later this year due to COVID-related census data delays. Speaker of the House Pat Grassley praising Iowa's approach to redistricting. In a statement, he said, quote, "Our nonpartisan redistricting process in Iowa is considered one of the fairest in the nation. After months of delays, we now have a proposed set of maps for redistricting in front of the Iowa legislature. We will do our due diligence and review it thoroughly to ensure it is a fair set of maps for the people of Iowa." Iowa's redistricting process is somewhat unique. The Legislative Services Agency is nonpartisan and not made up of elected officials. That separation from politics is part of what makes Iowa's process the gold standard for redistricting.
In most states, the process is controlled by the state legislature, with literally sometimes the state legislators actually drawing the district lines, and it becomes highly partisan and highly political.
In Des Moines, Carson J.S. Reichart, Local 5 News, we are Iowa.
You have a chance to weigh in on the redistricting maps. The commission will hold 3 public meetings, all virtual. The dates and times are on your screen, and we didn't touch on the legislative districts on our broadcast tonight, but those maps are on our website, weareiowa.com.